Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and welcome back to Mass Effect Andromeda. It's been a few days, actually. It's been almost a week since I've been able to record for natural disaster moments. Anyways, so forgive me for the late turnouts. I had other episodes ready to upload, but I couldn't do it, so sorry about that. I'll put something in the comment of the one that I upload next. So I will just continue on with this one. We have 4 quests here and possibly more to pick up. We are at Aya, not Aya, it's Onanon, but the place is Aya, the city. So I'm going to go ahead and drop down there. Their infrastructure is such a weird combination of like futuristic and rustic. Hey, now everybody can come aboard. Oh yeah, we were returning Moshai Sefa.
Stars and skies light our way.
Stars and skies light our way.
Her name's, or
She
her
knows how to play to a crowd.
voice is familiar.
She's the Moshai.
Sounds like Deanna Troy. The blue one.
Welcome home.
I never thought I'd see it again. Without the Resistance and the Pathfinder, I wouldn't be here.
I did the hard part. Group.
We made a good team.
The Pathfinder destroyed the enemy's fortress, but thousands of us died in chains.
We have a lot to talk about.
I promised to lead the Pathfinder to Aya's vault.
Let's be Scott. No rush.
You're still recovering. Take your time. I'm not going anywhere.
Not until
Not
I'm.
without our help.
Yeah,
I'll
exactly.
prepare the vault for your arrival. A shuttle will bring you to me when it's ready.
Thank you, Moshai.
We've been alone against the Ket for too long. You've proven it doesn't have to be that way.
Mm-hmm.
It's time we discussed an alliance between our people.
Is Zephyr even still here, or did he walk away? But I think it's a great idea.
We're happy to make room for you on the Nexus.
We'll provide an embassy here as well. Our city is open to you. Join us.
Well done, Joel. Report for reassignment.
I need to stay with the Pathfinder.
He's welcome on my ship.
Jarl has already become a valued member of my crew.
Of course he has. I see the benefit. Request granted.
I'll need to file a mission report. Don't leave Aya without me.
Okay. No problem, man. See, we had to talk to this guy who sent us on a suicide mission, essentially.
You came back.
I have bad news. Your supplier, Keldo, the Ket got him.
Thank you for confirming how he died. You have his supplies?
This was Ephra's test?
Keldo ran weapons for the Resistance. You were his contact.
Good, good. Continue.
Ephra asked you to test me, see how I'd handle myself.
I told him you were smart.
The Ket had your weapons. I got them back.
Yes, all of them. And Keldo's killer's dead. This is good. You're honest, Pathfinder. Reliable. I'll tell Ephra you did well.
Are we friends yet?
How many more of these tests do I have to pass?
We don't trust outsiders. But maybe we can work with you. Need to get the weapons where they belong, but Keldo would want me to help you. I have things you
I
can
love
use,
their
and I want
eyes.
to see your credits for myself. Trade?
You'll accept credits?
Think I'm getting the better deal. All you walk away with is a number.
True. But who knows what that number will be worth someday. My inventory's open to you. Anything you need.
Oh. Anything I want? I don't think I need any of this. It's just all stuff that I don't need. Okay. Where do we have to go? I think there's a quest to pick up over here. I don't remember if yeah, there's one. I don't remember if I told you guys or if I recorded it that Suvi licked a rock and had an allergic reaction. So she sent me on a mission to go to Aya to try and find some fruits. So that's another reason why we're here. Nothing? Ah, model. Thank you. I'll take.
Your crew has been cooperative. I appreciate that.
We try. Okay, nothing. What is with this nutrient paste? That's gross. They couldn't like come up with some actual food. That's okay. My love, I never planned to leave. Each moment I spent with you only brought me joy, even though you've never understood what you mean to me. There were moments I could have shown you how I really feel, but I wasn't brave enough. Not that you could have accepted me. Now I have to go, and I don't think I'm coming back. I hope for a day when we owe nothing to anyone. I dream of a moment when we find each other again and claim the lives we always should have led. Oh, I'm not sure how to take that. That's kind of sad and depressing. Okay. Yeah, we have, there's some stuff we have to do with this one. Let's just get to the quests instead of sitting here talking to everybody. Because we'll have to talk to them eventually anyway. You got fruit? I need fruit.
Have something to celebrate? Take home a fresh fruit.
Your credits are as good as anyone else's. Don't start any trouble and we're fine.
Oh, it's Addison's voice. I recognize that one. I'll behave.
I'll be the poster child for no trouble.
Whatever that means, it'll do.
She needs food, right? Oh, I'll take that. Is there food? Oh, right at the bottom. All right, got her plant. And, oh, there's a quest right behind me, apparently.
Put a layer of security between yourself and danger.
I never thought I'd see the Moshai again, least of all thanks to you. Welcome to the marketplace. I am Arbiter Renav. I enforce correct conduct between merchants and customers, resolving any disputes. As the first outsider to enter the city, you are ignorant of our laws. We should change that.
Okay.
Who decides what happens to people who break the law?
It depends on the grievance. I settle minor offenses right here. More serious ones require a tribunal.
Trade laws?
Where I'm from, the biggest trade law is don't cheat. Is it different here?
You see lightning in the background.
Cheating differently. What is unfair changes
Increase
based
your
on
odds of
perspective.
survival.
Smart.
I don't want to cause any trouble. How do I learn your laws?
I'll transmit a full readout. Familiarize yourself with the contents.
We're not going over the laws.
Personal responsibility is a core foundation of our society. We expect it from everyone.
I feel bad for the
Understood.
person who wrote them.
Please visit my colleagues in the Governor's office and the Resistance headquarters. They'll teach you about our culture and what it means to walk freely among us. Your understanding is critical. It would be unfortunate if you accidentally violated our laws.
So we're going to track that. And we need to go up here. And they'll have a quest for us too.
Arbiter Omdal, do you have the minutes from the last council meeting?
Arbiter Renav told me to expect you. I prepared a datapad detailing our laws. Read it fully.
Yeah, we're not gonna. And you'll see why. Okay, Enrock. Do I have to go around? That noise scared the crap out of me. Alright.
Pathfinder, I'm Enro Bosan, assistant to the governor. As you can imagine, your arrival raised concerns from Aya's people.
No, I don't blame him.
It'll take a long time to trust strangers again.
Which is why they want the Nexus to listen to them. We've set up terminals in the city so people can leave messages for your people on the Nexus. I'd appreciate if you take a look and forward their communications to your people.
Alright, so that's one thing that we have to do. Like, page 1 of almost 6,000. It doesn't give you the option to actually look at it, so... Which is perfectly fine with me. This is one of the messages. Subject, let there be unity. Before the Scourge and Garb were one people. It took centuries after the disaster to find each other again, and by then we'd been divided too long. That's how the Ket were able to conquer us. The war forced us back together, but now you've upset the balance. Some don't trust you, others want you to save us. Divisions are forming. If you're really here to help, keep our people united. I'm writing this in my final days. I've lived a long life that now comes to its natural end. I've known great loss and pain, but also joy and hope. I think we have that in common. My fate is to leave it at a turning point in history. Part of me is angry I won't see what happens next, but I've made my peace. Whatever becomes of your people, mine and the Ket, will reverberate into the lives of my great-grandchildren, and that gives me strange comfort. I know there's more to this life than war and hardship, and I've seen enough to know your people understand that well. Or understand that too. Be well, take care of each other, change life for the better. Goodbye. We wish peace and good fortune. Don't be deceived by the posturing of Ephra and his resistance. We are not violent people. We're scientists, inventors, artists, caretakers, explorers. This is our home, but there is room enough for us all. We know the Ket. We told the Ket the same thing, but they didn't listen. I hope you do. This message will never be read by the Pathfinder. Wrong. Much less reach the Nexus. We're so desperate for allies against the Ket that we're willing to make the same mistakes with new aliens. This little stunt by the governor won't change anything. We may as well be screaming into the wind. See, I don't know, honestly, if editing the content actually changes anything. But for some things, I think I'd rather them know that they're not untrustworthy, but they just don't feel safe around us. So I'm gonna unedit it. Arbiter Vragan.
Heard you were coming. I prepared a datapad on our laws regarding war. Learn them.
How many pages is this one? Oh, only 241. Let's read it. No. Was that it? Anything else? I guess that was it. All right, so we have to collect messages, return the relic. Let's go ahead and do that. I think she sends us on another mission to get 3 more relics. I'm not sure though. No, this is a...
word from Eladin.
Good news?
I'll tell you in a second.
Well, we got another remnant piece.
But nothing Angaran. Pay them for their efforts. It's not their fault.
You can romance this character, but you cannot, like, marry this character or be... There's a couple of characters that you can romance, but there's no romance scene or anything. It's just kind of like a wink and a nod and a kiss, you know?
Pathfinder, did you make it to Hervarl?
I found this Angaran helmet. Does it mean anything to you?
This is a pre-Dark Age design. Do you see the black marks? The Scourge targeted this pilot's ship. Stars, it's perfectly preserved. I can almost imagine the pilot. He must have been so afraid. I've never seen one of these intact. Do you know how rare this is? I can't even begin to repay you.
Let's see. I did it for you.
If it makes you that happy, I'll gladly dig up a few more.
Do you offer priceless relics to every Angara you meet?
Only the special ones?
I'll keep that in mind. You know, Pathfinder, this gets me thinking. If it wasn't for you, we wouldn't even know that helmet existed. What if that's not all we're missing? There could be a wealth of history just out of our reach. So, I'm requesting your help again.
You got it.
For you? Anything.
I'd be lying if I said I didn't like the sound of that. I've led digs on every Angaran homeworld, but there are places I've missed, areas only a Pathfinder could go. There could be relics sitting untouched for centuries
I
because
love
no
their
one could
eyes.
reach them. What I ask is this: if you ever find yourself in an area like that, you keep an eye out for artifacts.
That's it?
That's it. Keep me in mind as you explore and bring me anything of interest.
Any ideas where?
It'd help if I knew where to look.
Yeah.
Any planet could contain something of potential value. My people traveled far. I know that doesn't answer your question, but just keep your eyes open for me.
Why not come with me?
You're the expert. Can't you just come with me?
I'd like to, more than anything, but I'm needed here. My predecessor trusted me to stay and carry on his work, to find answers. No matter how much I miss the adventure, I have a responsibility here.
All right.
A few hidden relics coming up.
I don't know what I'd do without you. I'll be here if you find anything. Good luck.
Don't need to do
I'll
all
come
that.
back when I have something.
It's flavored
Stars
dialogue.
guide
We
your
can listen to it later if we want to. So the helmet is here now, as are quite a few relics, and then you add more. Maybe it's not here yet. Hey, PB. Are you drunk?
Getting acquainted with our new neighbors?
Sort of. All this stuff. The Angara sure do have a rich culture and blah, blah, blah.
You've been drinking.
You're sauced, aren't you? What's your poison?
I visited that
Aw.
cafe the Angara consider a bar. Asked for their hardest stuff. It was weird, which I like, but had almost no punch.
So you had like
Lightweight.
8 more or something?
Steady now.
That stuff must have a slow absorption rate. Whoops. Oh, writer. It's just... This museum reminds me of being on Haitiana during my indentured service as a student. They even have a whole section on the Remnant. I didn't come to Andromeda to follow in someone else's footsteps.
She was an indentured servant as a student? I mean, I'm glad somebody cared about her education, but still. Yeah.
Don't worry, PB. The Angara barely have a foothold. Sure, they live among the ruins, but they haven't seen what we've already seen.
You might have a point there. Bet nobody here has ever outrun an ancient vault purification field, huh?
Nope.
Or spat in that Archon's ugly mug and lived to talk about it? That was nice work, by the way.
Thank you.
Ah, you're right. Not sure why, but ever since I packed up my apartment on the Nexus, something's crawled under my skin. But whatever it is, I promise, I'll get over it lickety-split.
Don't worry about it.
You're fine, PB. We all need to cut loose once in a while.
You're very understanding and attractive. Nice combination. Think I'll stay in your operation a little while longer.
I didn't know that was an option, but thank you for letting me know that. We'll be going that door once it's unlocked. Let's see.
Ryder, you are the subject of a detailed scan by an Angara standing nearby.
Maybe I should introduce myself.
Okay, Danfrey.
Hello there.
I'm working.
I know, on me.
You scanned me pretty hard. That wasn't your way of saying welcome, stranger?
I wanted to be discreet.
Noted. What's your interest in me?
You're an alien on my homeworld. Why wouldn't I be interested?
You could have asked.
Fine. Will you submit to a full spectrum analysis of your biology?
Let's ask the questions.
Are you looking for something specific?
We share many external similarities.
We do.
I want to learn if that holds true internally.
And you are?
You haven't even told me your name.
Danfra, biological researcher. This is my home.
Have at it.
I can't
I
fault
got
you for
nothing
being
to.
curious.
I have nothing to hide.
Scan away.
I didn't think you'd comply.
I'm full of surprises.
That you are. When we face extinction, family is our final comfort. Do you understand that?
Angar Revere family. He's not very close with his family except his sister and mother, who's dead.
I've
Well,
spent long
father's
enough
dead
around your
too.
people to understand what family means to you.
You only see the surface. Family is everything. Not only the one we have now, but the ones that follow us. What will your family look like in 5 generations? 10? How many of you will there be?
You're worried there'll be more of us than you.
I have 23 grandchildren. I want to know what their grandchildren will inherit.
How long do they live
Goodbye,
for?
Pathfinder.
Hold on just a moment, because now I'm actually, I really want to know. $150 years. Okay, back to the game. So 150 years. About the same as humans, a little longer. Let's see. What's it say? Join our fight. You proved you can fight Ket on the Vold. The resistance doesn't impress easily. Stand with us together. We will take this war to the enemy's home. We'll make them feel terror. We'll show them despair. We'll break the Ket, and when that's done, we'll share the rewards of victory. We've seen members of your species act with violence, greed, and selfishness. We found evidence of your people attacking and stealing from one another. Why do you hurt each other? Human nature. When only the Ket stand to gain. If our people are slow to trust you, it's because we can't understand why some of you seem determined to hurt others. Even the Ket stand united in their cause. Why don't you? And then we have much to learn. I've spent my life wondering what other beings might. I've spent my life wondering what other beings might exist. Your people are nothing like what I imagined, and I'm glad for that. I thought I was long past being surprised in life. My sons and daughters draw pictures of you and ask me all sorts of questions. They want to know everything about you. We hope you feel the same way. There's so much we can teach each other. Help arrives when you least expect it, and your arrival was unexpected. You came to Aya wounded and in need, and we didn't welcome you. You went to other worlds and helped our people overcome terrible challenges with no promises of reward or friendship. You wouldn't do that if it wasn't goodness at your core. You want to understand and be understood. This is the start of a great alliance. Unedited. Because even though one was a little sketch, it's like, I want people to know that they're fine. We are doing this one, right? Okay. Oh, Drac and Liam. Yeah, well, Renko might be a hell of a drug, or drink, but it's also different galaxy. Your like 4 livers may not be able to handle it. All right, what say you? I remember the first time I met Demoshai. It was one of the greatest moments of my life. She's done so much for our people. While the rumors began that she'd been caught by the Ket and worse, killed, I lost hope. I lost my place. I lost hope for our future. You restored it. I don't care what anyone says. I believe you can save us. This is not your galaxy. You don't belong here. And anyone who thinks you're different from the Ket is a fool. I see you for what you are, and there are many more like me. If you come in peace and friendship, our hearts are filled with deceit. If your hearts, wait, Pavoa. If your hearts are filled with deceit, you will die. That's all you need to know. Yeah, I'm editing that one. That was kind of useless. I hate you stuff. Yeah, there's a little bit of back and forth here, but it's not bad, actually. What was that? Oh, it's just data pad that are all over the place. What impulse drove your people to cross dark space? What have you come here for? Do you expect us to believe you're just explorers who want to live in peace? You think you've led some you think you fled something I think you fled something terrible. I think it might follow you here. I don't know about that, honestly. Which that would be really interesting if the Reapers followed them to Andromeda. Depends on how dedicated they are. They've got, I mean, they're bioorganic. They've got nothing but time. Which one of your species actually controls the so-called initiative? Are you even different species or just genetic constructs customized to fill different roles? Remember that line. Why do you all walk on 2 legs like us? Well, not all of us do. The Hanar don't. And, I mean, they're not here, but you know what I mean. From Mass Effect trilogy. There was a couple of species that, well, there was the jellyfish that floated, and then I think it's a Hanar, the big mountain people on 4 legs. All right. Why do you walk on 2 legs like us? Is it so we'd accept you? Why do you look like you? What did you look like before you crossed dark space? Well, we haven't changed at all. Keep off Havarl. When I heard you were granted permission to land on Havarl, I filed a complaint with the governor of Shie. The world is one of our that world is one of our most sacred places. It is not for outsiders. Even the Ket keep their distance because they know we'll fight to the death to protect it. Anyone who defiles Havarl will face consequences. You built ships to travel across dark space. Show us how to make them and let us retrace your path. There are no Ket where you came from. We have a generation facing extinction, but you could help us where the enemy won't follow. We've suffered enough. Give us hope for a better life. Why would they not follow when the Ket came from somewhere else? Just saying. I don't think this is overly bad. I mean, this just says be careful if you go to Havarl, so. Alright. Any other missions? Just this one. Let me go look at the other vendors. I'm pretty self-reliant, but we'll see. Walking around with my scanner out is probably not a good idea. What's that? irrigation unit. Okay, so here's materials merchant.
They let you pass the gates. Huh.
I'll honor it.
It's an honor, and I understand that. I'll be respectful.
All right. Everyone deserves a chance to prove themselves.
Thank you. I'll take that. That. Might as well get all of these, I guess. Okay, and these are just other stuff that I don't need. Okay, confirm. Oh, yeah. I don't know what it does, but we'll buy it. On the map, it says there's a third one, but I only have. I don't think he'll talk to us.
Pathfinder.
Come on. Let's talk.
New clientele is always welcome here. Have
Oh.
a look. I'm sure you'll find something to your taste.
Yeah, it's always nice.
Can't hurt to be prepared. Maybe you've got
Not
something
gonna be
I'm looking
rude.
for.
If I don't today, I will tomorrow.
Oh. Damn, that's one thing I forgot to do is upgrade my gear. Alright, and there was one more vendor.
We must find common ground. Exaltation affects us all.
Exaltation is just another word for how the Kett kill us. And if you're wrong, if we've been killing for them without realizing...
That's Jaw's voice.
I saw a Kett up close when they attacked. It was nothing like our people.
They want to confuse you.
The Kett weaponize their victims to make you hesitate.
And when the Kett begin to exalt your people, what will you do then?
Thank you for that. Insight, Pathfinder. The issue facing us is complex. Come, my friends. Deliberate with me.
Yeah, you're still not welcome here. No matter what, you're still not welcome here. Alright, Liam, do you have anything yet?
Real change in tone after that Kett facility. Half the Angara are thankful, half are even more suspicious.
Let's try not to make it worse.
Don't worry about me. They're busy glaring at Cora for some reason.
Because we're biotics, probably. What about you, Drac? How you doing? I didn't talk to Vetra.
Helping the Moshai opened a lot of doors around here. Most Angara still keep their distance, though.
You definitely stick out.
Well, you are a bit of an eyesore.
Speak for yourself. When I saw my first human, I couldn't understand how you keep your blood inside. Skin that thin.
Because there's multiple layers, like an onion.
They should put Jar on every resistance improvement poster.
But I know there's another vendor over here where usually Cora is hanging out. I just have to remember how to get there. It's a little confusing. Nope, not in here. So, med base through there. Let's see if there's anything in here that I actually need.
Sam, is this thing safe?
Yes. The slight ringing in your ears is nothing to worry about.
Thanks for letting me know that.
Very reassuring.
Exactly. What do you... I've never seen this door before. Not saying it wasn't there, I just haven't seen it.
I assume you're the human everyone's buzzing about. If you're looking for treatment, I'm afraid I don't know enough about human physiology to be much help. Unless you can make use of the ion beds.
Man.
If Jal takes a hit on my watch, my doctor needs to know how to treat him. Can you point me to resources she can use to learn your methods?
So you're considering all possibilities. Jarl is in good hands. I have medical journals on treating Angaran injuries and preventing complications. You're welcome to upload them to your ship's doctor for study.
What are these ion beds?
Is there something special about the beds here?
They're filled with a negatively charged iron gel. The gel works with our natural electricity to speed recovery.
Which every
Think it'd work on
living
other species?
creature has.
Without bioelectricity, it would be of small benefit, but it might reduce pain.
Bioelectricity?
So you guys are electrically charged?
Our bodies produce a store of electricity that we can dispel in a surge of energy. We use it for short-range communication, healing, even combat. I admit, I was surprised to learn your kind doesn't have that ability.
Some do.
Some of us are biotic.
Yeah.
It's similar. Kinda.
I would be interested to study biotics.
Okay, thank you.
I'll get moving.
Ishari.
Ishare.
Are you getting enough sunlight?
Okay. There's the vendor. I think it's just a gun vendor. So it probably won't be anything to buy, but we'll still see.
Pathfinder, Ephra cleared you to purchase weapons over my objections.
It's okay to mistrust me.
Hey, selling an alien weapons would make me nervous too.
I don't do this for Ephra. I respect the Moshai.
Yeah, so just... Oh, but... It's all level 5 stuff, so hard for me to turn down. Okay, confirm. Cool. None of those guns I use anyway, so. And so next one is that quest, and we can fast travel to here. And we're gonna go to Aya's vault. Oh. I was like, what? I'm kind of surprised there's not more wind displacement when they take off and land.
I haven't brought anyone here in over 20 years. There's always been an active display for Aya, but we could never affect it.
Let's see what we can do. Sam?
Yes, this is new. Is it similar to the vault on Eos? Tell me, what are you seeing?
Poke. Yeah, similar.
I think what we need to figure out is what's different. Tell me, what do you see?
The vaults. They're a network, as you discovered. However,
They're not connected to each other, but to this place.
this image was on a relic the Archon showed me. He called it Meridian. And it looks like Aya's vault is the only one that's fully connected to it.
And it's terraforming. Doing what it was meant to do.
The vault on Eos is also present, but changed. Our interfacing with it has affected its connection.
What do you think, Professor?
I think that Meridian is the control center for all the vaults.
This is amazing.
Thank you. This is unbelievable. If we can get to Meridian, maybe we can turn everything on from there. Make Helios live.
Wait, Ryder. The Archon knows where it is. He's already been there.
What? Where? Meridian?
Of course. That's why he tortured me.
He thought I could help him use it.
Because he can't. Meridian is my people's best chance for survival. We have to take it from him.
Agreed. Such power in the hands of such evil could mean the end of your people, and mine.
Gonna make him so sorry. We'll find his weakness.
The Archon is a menace, and I've had it with being lorded over.
You're going to need that relic I saw. The Resistance might have intel on the whereabouts of Archon's ship. I'll talk to Ephra and secure his full cooperation. Meet me there.
Oh, so we're going back to Ephra. Okay. No outrunning on force field this time. Alrighty. Meet Ephra at the HQ. Sounds like a plan, because we were just there.
I deserve to be told. You had no right to keep it secret from me.
It's an ongoing investigation. I meant no disrespect.
Did Jal know?
Of course not. Neither did the human.
What? What
I
didn't
could
I
have
know?
kept Sam to myself, you know.
Oh.
This is different. Not your business.
It is now. We need to find the Ket command ship.
Wait, I'm confused.
Tell him the truth about my capture.
Moshai, please.
It may be our only route to the Archon.
One of my men helped the Ket take her.
Ooh.
A resistance commander named Venturev.
Motive?
The Archon wanted her knowledge of remnant tech. But why would Ven betray her?
I don't know. That's why I kept it quiet. I'm working to capture him, make him answer for what he did.
You know where he is?
Kadara Port. My contacts are hunting him.
Haven't been there yet.
Contacts? You can't trust anyone there. They deserted our cause, our people.
And now they're ruled by exiles from your galaxy.
Ven may know how to find the Archon and his ship. We can't leave this to a pack of renegades and outlaws.
What is Kadara Port?
I'm a little new to the galaxy. Where did Ven go, exactly?
Kadara Port is a trading
and
outpost.
go. Sorry.
We abandoned it when the Ket invaded.
Some of us went back. Deserters, scavengers. They don't support Aya.
How did exiles from the Nexus wind up there?
Bad luck for everyone.
Yeah, let's go to Kadara.
I need the relic that leads to Meridian, and I can handle my people. Let me do this.
I don't like it.
I don't care. The Pathfinder is right.
I'll transmit my files on Kadara Port to your ship.
Our traitor could have useful information. We need him alive.
That's up to him.
Be safe, Pathfinder. As for you, Ephra, we're not done.
Snap. Lady be angry. Oh, and another quest. One thing I've noticed in this game is, like, even in like little you know, cutscenes or whatever, it'll say like, be careful of your choices, you know, writers' choices make all the difference. They really don't. At least not that I can tell.
We should talk.
Let's talk, Mariko.
Pathfinder, this is a tremendous honor. I must express my admiration for all you've done. Crossing the void between galaxies, navigating the Scourge to find Aya. Incredible.
The odds were against us, that's for sure.
We didn't really do
Yet
it
here
for
we
that.
are, strangers from different galaxies conversing in friendship. Extraordinary. I am Mariko Darej, Chief Voneron.
It's an honor.
It's a privilege to meet you. Tell me about yourself.
I'm something of a pathfinder myself. I am a celestial observer, charting the movements of stars, planets, and the Scourge.
An astronomer. You know the safe routes out there?
We deploy satellites that alert us to new hazards and opportunities. But we've lost contact with several key observers. They've simply stopped. I sent a vessel to scan their last known locations, but nothing's been found. Your Tempest is highly advanced.
Thank you.
I hoped you could aid our search.
Sure.
Even Pathfinders need a good map. I'll look into it.
I knew you'd understand. I'll provide search nav points. And when I can finally reconcile our charts with fresh satellite data, I'll gladly share all we have.
Alrighty. Let's go ahead and track that. And I think that's pretty much it on Aya. Wee. Yep. Let's go. Not sure what we... Well, we have to go to Kadara, so we'll probably have a new map to go to.
Director Tan, good news. The Angara opened an embassy for us on Aya.
That is a surprise. What are their expectations?
Respect them.
They survived the Scourge and the Ket, and rebuilt their civilization. Don't forget it.
Appeal to their pride. Sensible. I will gather envoys and send them to Aya. Thank you, Pathfinder. We'll take it from here.
Appeal to their emotions in general. Ooh. That was a dip rate. Alrighty. Oh yeah, I need to give Suvi that food.
I found that plant you wanted.
Great. I'll give the recipe a try when I'm off duty. I've already got ideas for how to jazz it up. And I'll keep working on Mr. I don't like movie nights here to come along.
I like them. I just don't trust our autopilot alone for too long.
You made the autopilot. Alright, email. Ooh, on camera. Okay. I sent some news. Okay. Messages to the Nexus. It's encouraging on the other that this is historically very unlikely. Anytime two species meet for the first time, there's bound to be suspicions and even outright fear. Well, that's what I said. Okay, I only edited 1 out of 4. Whatever. So Carrie wants to talk on camera. What is our objectives looking like? Oh, we have to go to Vold again? Oh. Kadara Port. On hold, on hold, on hold. Pretty much on hold. So we have to go to Vold for a couple of things. On hold. More memory triggers. Another Vold. I guess we're going to Vold. I probably should have marked one of the missions, huh? Let's do that one. And let's save it. Alright.
I'm picking up something.
Oh.
Probe away. Getting a
Oh,
scan.
there it is. Game's being a little glitchy right now. Try to save you guys so that,
According to that astronomer on Aya, a satellite should be here.
I'm not detecting anything. If it was here, it's gone.
You mean destroyed?
I mean, gone. Destruction would leave debris. We've got nothing. Let's try another nav point.
okay. Well, we're going to Vold, so let's go to Vold. Anyway, trying to save you guys from the nauseating cutscenes. I mean, there's nothing I can do about these ones, but in between planets, yeah.
Back towards Vold.
Mm-hmm. Not just towards it, on it. Okay, nothing there.
Beginning approach.
Thank you,
Vold
plane.
orbit is steady.
Alright. Cool. Alright, so, yes. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, I think I can make level 5 right now, and I'm sitting there thinking, I don't know if it's worth actually doing that. But let's see. Who do we have coming with us? Cora we need. Let's bring Vetra. Let's bring Drac. I never bring Drac.
Approaching the LZ.
Okay. Where am I going? Well, that just fast forwards me there. I'm not sure where that's telling me to go. Let's see. Maybe he's right there.
Picking up a faint signal. Looks like a friendly ship.
It matches the transponder code for a Sari survey vessel, Perifona.
That's the ship Hidaria mentioned.
We might be close.
Life support is back online.
Yeah, the vault hasn't had time to warm this planet up yet.
Rylus?
That's me, yes. I'm Rylus. Wow, you really showed up.
No big deal.
You seem thrilled. Honestly, it's nothing special.
Nothing special. You saved the Moshai from the Ket, and you destroyed that awful, awful place. Anyway, I should get to the point. Your raid on the Exaltation facility sent the Ket scrambling. They're trying to get their operations in order. Our scouts report increased Ket movement through certain areas of Vold. Not military, though. Science and research vessels.
What about Exaltation?
So something that could involve Exaltation, or the creation of a new Exaltation lab.
Well, that's what I thought. Either way, Ket organizing means trouble.
We don't have the tech to break into their bases, but someone has to stop them.
What are friends for?
You're talking to the right person. We always help our friends and allies.
I knew you'd help. I'll send the nav point immediately.
Cool. Go to the Ket facility. Which I can just... Oh, there's another mission. Always more missions.
Send a search party. At least that horrible place.
Yeah, we destroyed the Ket facility. I feel bad about killing all the people there, but who knows if they could have even been saved to begin with.
Welcome. You are the Pathfinder, yes? I am Rochua Lin.
What are these symbols on the wall?
Our people worship in private here. And I give the
In the
blessings.
hospital?
Would you like
Well,
one?
I guess that makes sense.
I'm a bit of a stranger to your faith.
A stranger in all things, perhaps. The blessing is offered with simple goodwill.
Why in private?
Why don't you practice religion in public?
Those who are slaves to the Ket are forbidden to express their spiritual beliefs. We honor their isolation by practicing privately. Faith is also strongest when no one sees it.
That sounds kind of dumb. Give me just a moment. My apologies. I had a phone call that I had to step away from. So let's see. Yeah, we'll accept it.
It would be an honor.
I give you strength and courage, yet be clear your heart.
You seem troubled.
Oh, Pathfinder Rider. I was just speaking a blessing for 2 of our young soldiers murdered by the Ket.
You were just talking to me.
So many dead or disappeared, but these 2 cuts are the deepest yet.
Were you close?
Did you know them well?
They would be alive if they hadn't welcomed this death.
I'm not sure I understand.
They
These
suicided?
children were swayed by a new belief that's taken hold. A soul finds enlightenment through reincarnation, but some now think they can force this.
They fling themselves at death, thinking they will be reborn stronger. Glory seekers, we call them.
They're being dumb.
How can they possibly know what they believe is true?
That is the great question of faith. I tried to speak to some of these misguided ones, but they didn't listen.
That's
And
why I'm
now,
not faithful, I'm
if
spiritual.
you meet some of these glory seekers, do what you can to save them from death. That's all any of us can do.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, so now we can boogie out of here. We do have to find the Persephone. No, stop. I don't plan on doing a whole lot of fighting if I can help it,
So
so...
you seem pretty anti-Nexus, even for a Krogan.
That's your job around here, noticing things.
My job is to watch Ryder's back.
Who watches yours?
Guess we'll find out, big guy.
Pathfinder, this area can be mined for resources.
Yep, that's why I have it open.
Via your mining interface.
I thought there'd be a increase over here, but I guess not. Well, that's going up high. A couple of them are. Wow, there's really no good place, is there? Oh, there we go. Wow, that one hit it from rich to good. Nice. Oh. Usually, like, rock outcroppings is a good place to look. If I could stay in the damn car. There we go. Ah, that didn't drop it down at all. Okay, out of zone.
Huh. I thought this would be the Periphona.
Ice or mineral deposits may be reflecting false positives. The real signal must be relatively close.
Yeah, well, what do I have to do? Run around it? Oh, it's telling me where to go. So where do? All right. That's where the Glory Seekers is. I mean, I guess I could just go. I'm in combat. Why am I in combat? I don't think I'm in combat, but whatever. Guess I'll take another crack at
Pathfinder,
this.
this area can be mined for resources. You can extract minerals via your mining interface.
Come on. Are you down or are you up? It's up. Ooh, getting there.
They said it was a golden world. I'm still reeling.
Well, it was 600 years ago, maybe, but not anymore. Oh. Depleted. All right.
Resources in this area are limited.
If you were an Asari commando, you'd be heading for retirement with honors by now.
The we're going to that one. I just want to make sure.
Wait, would I get free booze?
I don't think so.
Who needs retirement when you're a Krogan?
False signal. One down.
Alright. So, on to... Actually, let's just fast travel here and talk to the Glory Seekers. While we're here. Let me follow that quest if I can. Negative 41C, almost negative 42. Oh, negative 30C, doing better. So those things underneath the water are REM tech. They're more of those things. I mean, what the hell are they called? Architects?
You're the alien who saved the Moshai.
Mm-hmm.
How many cat did you kill? I hope they screamed.
Didn't keep count.
Don't know, wasn't counting.
Wow, that many? Hey, Kolf, this alien's my hero.
All right, that's enough. I know they call you Pathfinder. What do you need from us?
Told your Glory
Your
Seekers.
priestess Roshwar Lin told me about you. I was just curious.
Roshwar Lin is a blind old woman. She cowers with her blessings while the Ket consume everything.
She said you were throwing away your lives.
Nothing is thrown away. It's not suicide. We train as hard as anyone in the Resistance. But when you don't fear dying, that's when there's everything to gain and nothing to lose.
I can't wait for my turn. But all our blood still runs too hot. Tej is our hope now.
Tej is going to take down a Ket station. We should hear the news soon.
It's weird to want him to die.
You want to hear that your friend's dead? That's kind of screwed up.
We don't want it. We accept it. Just because you don't understand doesn't mean it's wrong.
So where's this Ket station?
You shouldn't interfere, Pathfinder.
It's okay, Venge. As long as Ket die, it doesn't matter who's killing them. Here's the nav point. It was interesting meeting you, Pathfinder. Skies be bright for you.
And you. Okay. So, help Tej fight Ket. Okay. Can do.
Imagine being posted out here. Must be lonely.
The temperature is falling, Pathfinder.
What's with the train? Whatever tracks. But yeah, there's like the architects underneath the ice. Of course, I don't see it now. Maybe it's gone? Wait, no. There it is. So yeah, there's architects underneath the ice. Because that is definitely an architect. Alright. Enough looking at the eye candy.
The ambient temperature is normal. Like...
Is there a fast travel over there? Yes, there is. And I'm sure as hell gonna take it because it is far away. Let's do these first. We'll start out at this one. Yeah, we'll still take this. Oh, that was interesting.
Of course, the best thing about the rebellions was Shiakur the Warlord, my ancestor.
Every Krogan propping up a bar says she's their ancestor.
But how many have the clan brands to prove it?
Never wanted to get that close.
Well, now's your chance. They're on my...
I'll take your word for it, Drac.
I never heard that one. To be fair, I don't really have these two together very often. Out of zone, okay. Oh. Go faster. Must go faster. Oh, hey. Ket that I don't care about. Don't know why I can suddenly see them all. Must be a add-on that I have on my gear.
This is the source of the periphone's signal.
Oh god.
And there's Ket on site. Let's clear them out. Clear!
Okay. Oh, now we have to use it. Alright, Cora.
That's the periphone, all right. What's left of her?
Definitely Ket weapons fire. This wasn't just a crash. The Ket pulverized the ship. No survivors.
No answers either.
Without the crew, we've lost our best lead to the Asari Ark.
But this is stupid. If they want Asari for exaltation, why not take the crew alive?
The ship was a target.
It's like they saw the periphone itself as a threat. But it's no match for a Ket cruiser.
When you're ready for payback, we got something. Looks like a flight recorder.
It's in bad shape. But let's see what...
Final log. If the Ark ever finds this, we failed. Couldn't draw them off. The data copy's lost. The decimation's too cunning. Forgive us. We tried...
Decimation?
The decimation. Hidaria mentioned specialized Ket hunters. Maybe that's them.
They love their fancy titles.
They've got to be Ket with a name like that.
I hope they choke on it.
Lieutenant, with time the navigational record could be reconstructed.
Right. We could trace the Periphona's flight path, maybe all the way back to the Ark. I'll take a look when we get back. Still lots to do.
Graphical glitches. Very, very slight, but I'm getting like little glitches in the matrix and it's even on my recording. Alright, so down there. Kind of jumped the gun on that one. Oh, actually. We'll just go back to this fast travel and it'll be right next to it.
You know you hum when you're aiming?
Works for me, don't knock it.
Wouldn't dream of it. Catchy tune.
Why do you think I hum it?
Because it's stuck in his head.
Approaching the Glory Seeker nav point, the Ket station is close.
Hey, Tej.
I can't do this. Taking this station is impossible.
Are you Tej?
Whoa! Didn't see you there.
You were staring right at me.
I'm Tej. How did you find me? Wait, Kolf and the others, right? Stars. Don't tell them you found me like this. I wasn't expecting all this security, and the longer I sit here, the more I doubt everything.
It's smart to ask questions.
You're just being rational, seeing the reality of what you're doing here.
Doubt and a shrinking heart prevents a blessed rebirth. And you won't remember your life before. And if you forget, you're just like everyone else. And it would have been better not to die at all. See, The more I think, the worse the thoughts get.
You could go. Can I help? Yeah.
Perhaps it's best you gave up on this.
I can't go home. That would mean I failed, and I'd never recover from the shame. But wait. If you help, I think we could actually do this. Live or die.
And he bails. I guess we're going. Damn. Thought I could get him. Who'd have thought there'd be Ket at a Ket facility? Just saying.
Between the eyes.
Oh, I thought I'd be able to shoot through that thing. One more?
Giving shield assist.
Oh, he's up there. Okay. He was there. He's not anymore. Alright. Anything to loot in here? I don't think so. I mean, seriously, who gets that bed in the corner? That's one thing I've never really understood from this one. From their architecture. It's like you have to crawl over 2-3 people to get to your bed. Because the last two have no footholds. There's no way.
The temperature is falling, Pathfinder.
Yeah. Okay, I'm here.
Still alive. And honestly, I'm glad. Living and learning is a good way to grow stronger too.
Mm-hmm.
And I've never met anyone who had a blessed rebirth. And what if it's not real? Stars. If my friends heard this talk, they'd turn their backs. Venture especially. Oh, I'm almost afraid to go back.
Go to Rushwar.
I can't tell you what to do, but maybe Roshwar Lin can help.
I always liked Roshwar. And you're right, she'll know how to handle my friends. Whether it means we talk to them or I stop listening to them.
Probably the latter. Because cults are kind of weird that way.
Sometimes you grow apart.
Yes. Maybe. Thanks, Pathfinder. At least we kicked those cats on their behinds, right?
Yeah, I knew somebody for over 30 years, and yeah, let's just say that didn't go over too well. About 2 years ago, we just had a slight falling out.
Life support is back online.
And I'll be honest, my mental health has never been better.
If we're lucky and that remnant junk does its job, maybe EOS will be alright for an outpost.
I hope we stay lucky. The whole initiative's balancing on technology we don't understand yet.
This is a rich vein. Oh, nope, up. It says to go down. So let's see what's down. Well, not a whole lot.
The temperature is falling, Pathfinder.
Now it says go up.
The ambient temperature is normal.
There we go.
Resources in this area are limited.
Been alive forever. Never seen anything quite like this.
Been alive forever. He has been alive for over 1,000 years. The Krogan and the Asari, they live a long time. The what the hell is it? Human?
This is the place Ryla's talked about.
I don't remember seeing this before.
Cat, stay sharp. Bolstering all shields. Cat, stay sharp. Take you apart.
There's a lot of organic material here. Angara? Ket? Something else?
Scans could tell us more, Pathfinder.
Collect biosamples. Where are the... Whoa!
Scanned and recorded.
Human.
There is an audio log saved on this device, Pathfinder.
Ket? Let's get a translation, Sam.
Processing.
The Angaran genetic code that expresses as projection of a bioelectric field has been isolated. The process to integrate.
Data saved.
Solarian and Turian. So they know pretty much all about us.
Another audio log detected.
Let's hear it.
Transmissions unacknowledged by Homeworld. Possible breakdown in connection and information mishandled. Investigation ongoing. Logs to be updated shortly.
Things getting lost in the post. A universal problem.
I wonder if we can find the follow-up logs.
Pathfinder, these samples all contain the same genetic sequence. At first, it appears to be a familial connection, but the genome shows signs of modification. Evidence suggests the sequence was drawn from a single individual.
Oops. And Asari and Krogan. Long-lived, extremely long-lived.
All transmissions appear to have failed.
Ah.
Some of the team has
Sorry,
suggested
Sam.
that this research is being prevented from leaving Helix. Troubling implications. Set aside for now. Taking steps to verify that primary communications are still active.
I'm picking up the nav point for another Ket station. Probably their primary communications.
Good. Let's blow it up.
Yep, I agree. And we have to go back that way. It'll be better to go from here.
Stats is all over the place.
It's a Karita stance. Classic for Asari commandos, but it's not for everyone. A Krogan, for example, would look like a whale trying to dance ballet.
Better than looking like a Solarian tied to a ceiling fan.
Oh, the mental image. Drac, why? Come on. Oh, hi. Nothing new? No? Out of space? Out of zone. There. Nope, 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 nope.
Old bones are getting stiff. Do you have to hit every bump?
That's what I do.
Resources in this area are limited.
I pals with the
do
old
like
human
Vold.
Pathfinder. Was he anything like this one?
A bit. Very smart. Kind of grumpy. Always had a plan. Don't think he planned for this much to go wrong, though.
Yeah, we were here before.
This is the Ket outpost we heard about on Vold.
Yep, and that is why we are shooting at them.
Ket, stay sharp. Bring all shields.
Took one out.
Nice work.
I really do wish you could upgrade people's gear and ammo. I mean, granted, there's a whole lot of stuff to deal with.
I'm reading a temperature decrease.
Yeah. Even without having to do that, but I think it would be more immersive. Just saying.
Environmental temperatures are within acceptable limits.
Mm-hmm.
I'm detecting below normal.
Yeah. Previous report was 39 cycles ago. Senate requires an update of progress within this sector. Okay, so they're not the leaders of this. Man, they're not the leaders of the Ket Central. There's another. Like, these guys came from somewhere. A reminder that all campaign leaders are expected to deliver reports once every 15 standard cycles. Senate recognizes the presence of the Scourge phenomenon may be disruptive to communication. Takes steps to circumvent this obstacle so that regular updates can resume. This is your second reminder of this nature. Please acknowledge receipt.
The Archon's not the Ket's supreme leader. There's more like him, all over Andromeda.
All assigned.
Oh, sorry.
Communication orders require explanation. Archon commands a block of all transmissions of Ungara data to the Empire. He's in breach of protocol.
The Archon's playing by his own rules.
The ambient temperature is normal.
Communications. Only Archon is aware of shifting situation in Helios. If Archon's opinion is that protocols are not to our benefit, accept his wisdom. He is the Senate's voice in Helios and must be obeyed.
That got loud fast.
She doesn't sound completely convinced.
Sure sounds like it.
It sounds like the Ket are starting to question what the Archon's doing. If this continues, it might be good for all of us.
So what do we do now?
There is likely nothing to be done, but conflicts between factions seldom resolve quietly.
Then we'll just have to keep an ear to the ground for now. With luck, something will happen.
All right. Anything else to do on this planet? Just chests to get. I'll probably get these off camera and the mining too. Let's see. What is this? Nope. So we can go back to the Tempest. In fact,
The temperature is falling, Pathfinder.
Yeah. Shouldn't have parked this far away. And we're out. Trying to remember if I have to go back to Wold for any reason. All right.
PB said she wanted to talk to you.
Oh, PB. Let's talk, PB.
Oh, come on, think. I need something.
Who are you talking to?
Ryder, shit. You shouldn't sneak up on someone like that.
You didn't hear the door opening?
I'm just talking to myself. Don't tell me you never do that.
You seem stressed.
No kidding. I'm not built for this kind of homesteading. Don't like people knowing where I am, where my stuff is.
She's grumpy. Chill out, please.
You've got to relax. You're starting to stress me out.
I'd like to. I need to. Yes. When I felt like this back home, I'd look for a zero-G chamber, or at least an isolation tank. Someplace to just drift away. I could really use that now.
If I may, gravity can be overridden in the escape pod. You can create a zero-G chamber.
Of course! Sam, you're a genius.
The look
easy.
on Ryder's
It'll
face.
make a huge difference, Ryder. You'll see. You know, there's room for two.
This is where you gotta be careful. You sure?
You're willing to share? I won't cramp your style?
Let's find out.
All right, I'm in.
And this should do it. Close your eyes. Relax. Let yourself go. This hits the spot. Ryder.
Sounds like it'd be amazing on your back.
There's something else that would relax me.
Don't fall for this.
That's the spirit. Wanna fool around?
Say no. If you
Doesn't
want a
matter if you have
romancer,
something
say
else
no.
going on.
If you just want to
I'd be
fling.
only discreet. Just fun. Two people blowing off steam. No strings attached. Only if there's no strings.
I'd want strings.
I'm into you, PB. I'd want it to mean something.
Oh. Huh. Good to know.
Let's not rush things. Just enjoy this.
Yeah, you turn her down. You can sleep with her right then, but if you do, you lose a chance to romance her entirely. So much better. Typically, I'm not this type to send mail. Blah 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 blah. You're growing on me a little. Blah blah. Aw, how cute. All right. I shouldn't have to talk to anybody. Let's see. Callow, is there anything to talk about?
Oh, the ship manual's useful. That leg of my workbench needed propping up.
If you bothered reading it, you'd know that the Tempest is an orchestra of new tech. You can't just meddle with...
I got this ship launch ready in record time, Callow. I know my stuff.
And you don't have a shred of respect for other people's.
Callow.
Oh, Ryder. Sorry you had to hear that. What can I do for you?
Yeah, we already know that they're fighting,
You know
so
where I'll be.
one of these days I'll explore all their options, but right now, don't really care. All right, So where to? On hold, on hold, on hold, on hold, on hold, on hold, on hold. Okay, so none of those. We can go to Kadara, which is probably where we're gonna have to go anyway. Wait a second. How did I miss that? We were on Vold.
Vold orbit is steady.
Yeah. Let's hurry up. Nah, come on. That was my shotgun, wasn't it? Or my sniper rifle? No, it was my SMG. There we go.
Approaching the LZ.
Sorry about the extra loading screens. I don't know why parts of this game aren't giving me graphical glitches I've never seen before. But it's like as soon as I leave the area, then it's perfectly fine. Sometimes it gets bad enough where I have to reload the game. I do have a lot of stuff running in the background, so that might very well be it as well.
Some sort of guard post.
Yes it is. But it's way over there. How come I didn't see this one? I feel like a fool. Should have been able to see it. Come on, get in there. It's always good to put down like a waypoint near where you're going because it gets kind of confusing sometimes. Oh, this place. Wasn't there mines around here?
So, the old Pathfinder, did he have any deep, dark secrets?
Everyone has a few.
Forget
Oops.
this.
I detect the data connection device nearby, Pathfinder.
Well, that was not pretty, but it worked.
I'm detecting below normal temperatures.
Temperature range, yeah.
Temperatures are within acceptable parameters.
Oh, more people. Why didn't I have this mission before?
Life support is back online.
Why are you guys shooting at me? It's like I was missing you with practically every shot I had. My companions are the ones that kicked your ass. Namely Drac. He kicked some ass. Is it all the way in? Oh, I think it is actually.
I'm detecting below normal temperatures.
You'll be fine.
Avena mentioned sites like this might contain Angaran relics. We should search it.
It's like behind a something. Where is it? There we go.
This seems to be Angaran,
cool.
But I can't find any data on it.
Maybe Avail will know more about it. Put it in cargo.
I'm reading a normal temperature range, Path.
Alrighty. So we'll get out of here. Seeing what the difference in times is for this. It would have been faster just to run here, of course.
I'm reading a temperature decrease.
Yes, now we're done. I hope. I didn't see any other markers. The only markers I saw were like places of interest, and I've already explored those, so.
I think
Anus?
Lexi wanted to speak to you.
Lexi. What you want, girl? If they want to speak to you, it generally means that they're in their office. Oh, this hasn't done its thing yet. There's a quest in here. I know that sounds weird, but there is. All right, Lexi, what's up, girl?
Oh, Ryder. Sorry for the mess.
Who's your friend?
An exalted cat. I called Jarl to show him. Ah, there he is. Jarl, look at this. There's nothing Angara inside.
The physical can be deceiving.
I've run hundreds of tests. Only traces of the Angara genome remain. The exalted are Ket.
There must be a way to fix them.
There's not always a solution.
We need to be prepared that there might not be.
Jarl, remember what we talked about?
That we should examine the problem objectively? Excuse me.
Grief is never easy. But Jarl needs to accept that exaltation is permanent.
I would agree with her when she said that the only thing is sections of genome, which we understand is why they exalt people to begin with, is for their genomes, not for their bodies.
Hope is good, but false hope is unhealthy.
I appreciate your support. Jarl is part of this crew. His welfare is my responsibility.
You're doing well.
I know this job was a surprise, but you've really stepped up. And look, you got your Ket sample.
Their bodies are unlike anything I've seen. Centuries of gene stealing, crafted evolution. It's horrible, of course, but also fascinating.
It reminds me of the collectors.
Sink or swim, right? I should probably clean this up before it starts to smell.
The Ket are the new collectors from the Mass Effect trilogy. Let's see if anybody else needed to talk. Might as well just make the rounds. Hey, Cora, you don't need to talk. You don't need to talk. What about my boy? Nope, he doesn't need to talk either. Everyone looks chill. Let's look at the strike teams. One thing I've learned about this, never use the V button spacebar. Just use your mouse for this because otherwise it's a pain in the ass. Let's see. Half an hour. I did this right before I started recording because it was meh. So the nearest one is like half an hour away. All right. Your door's open, your door's open, so we're good to go. All right.
Try talking to him for you.
That's kind, Subi, but I don't think it will help.
Okay, so let's do that one because I don't know where that will take us.
Fold orbit is steady.
Where is it taking us? Here. So we need to go back to the Nexus. It's best to do the Carrie interviews as fast as you get them, because you tend to, like, it's like, talk to Carrie, then it's on hold. You get back on your ship, then it's like, talk to Carrie. You go back to the Nexus, then it's on hold. It's a game of cat and mouse and a whole bunch of loading screens. So, nah, I'm good. I'd rather just do it one at a time.
Getting a scan.
I mean, one way or another, you get the same amount of cutscenes, but at least they're sparsed out a little bit.
You're sure that astronomers' nav points are correct?
He seemed to think so.
There's nothing out here.
The Scourge didn't swallow a satellite whole. You can't do that, right?
I'll let you know. Let's check other nav points.
There's a third one? Let's check the third one. Are there 3 or 4? I'm gonna guess that there's 4? Nah, 3. I don't remember. So, there's so many quests in this game.
Anomaly detected. Probe away. Getting a scan.
It does take the best part of the Mass Effect games of, like, tossing probes out.
Let me guess. No Angaran satellite?
No, but I've got something else. Message buoy from an Angaran ship. They came here looking and didn't find anything either. Left a marker for us.
Must be the team our astronomer sent.
They headed to a new nav point. We should join the party.
Okay, where is the nav point, though? Don't tell me it's on Vold. Well, it's here. There's no planet to land on here, I think. That's a lot of Scourge.
Anomaly on sensors. Deploying probe. I found something.
I found it, but okay. Yeah, it got
Stand by. I'm cutting
wrecked.
through heavy interference from the Scourge.
We are pretty close for comfort.
Something's drifting just inside. Angaran ship. In pieces. No life signs.
Who did this? Ket?
I found the ship's log. Scanning and downloading. Scavengers. The Angara caught them stealing satellites. The Scavs fought back, and the Angara collided with the Scourge.
Can we find the scavengers?
I have their ship's transponder ID. It's registered out of Kadara port.
So, Kadara. Travel to Kadara port. Alright, so anything else? Oh yeah, Nexus. So we need to go to Kadara for quite a few things. That's on hold. That'll be on the Kadara as well. That's on Kadara. And we're gonna have to place one on Kadara. Search on Havarl. So we need to go to Havarl for hops. Seriously? I mean, we gotta go. Might as well do this first, because that way we don't have to go back to the Nexus. That looked really kind of weird. All right. Take the Milky Way hops back to Vortex. Oh, that's right. I never actually turned in the hops that I got off of the Hyperion. Every time I say Hyperion or hear it, I keep thinking of Borderlands. I believe that's Hyperion as well. This shouldn't take long. We'll see. Okay, confirm. I'm not gonna bother messing with people.
Entering atmosphere. LZ in sight.
So we saw this tiny, little, teeny tiny subsect of the entire planet. Can you imagine the entire planet being not necessarily like this? There's got to be different biomes and stuff. I mean, there's a huge ass mountain in the distance, so maybe there's like snow-capped mountains and stuff. We're actually in a valley, so to speak. All right, so where are you? Again, we'll do fast or okay, can you leave me alone? I don't want to mess with you. Of course, there's more over there too. I saw a sniper rifle. Where are you coming from? He's like, grr. Rawr. I'm going to have to do some inventory management as well. All this to flavor some beer. That's not it. Oh, there it is. That's it. Take the weird-looking Varl hops back to Vortex. Okay. I love how it's like the weird ones. No? I guess it will let me. It just didn't show the Tempest image. I noticed that before. That was kind of weird. Yes. And then to the Nexus.
Leaving Avarl. Bridge is yours, Pathfinder.
Okay. Yes. Did you have something to say? See, one of the I'm gonna say, like, as far as like the game is considered, yes, there are issues. But the eye candy for me makes everything worth it because I love space. I love space more than Markiplier. I know, hard to imagine, right? But I do. What are you? Okay. So we have to do 2 quests in the bar, and then we need to go to operations, I believe, to do an interview. I'm not sure. She might be right at the front here. She changes locations, so. be nice if everything was right here at the entrance. Well, there is a quest here, and there's something else to do. There she is.
Free for an interview? I'd like to know more about the Angara. It's not often a first contact goes so smoothly. At least the Angara are more peaceful than the Ket. There's high hopes for this alliance.
It's good to see you.
I guess you'd ask about the Angara. It's a good reason to say hi.
That's not... This is about history, not you and...
Me and...
I need to finish this. So, the Angara, your thoughts on the alliance?
Honestly, it'll be hard work.
The Angara have their own problems, and we're newcomers in their cluster. We need to work at this.
The Angara soldier who joined your team has a few fans already, but everyone's talking about Aya. Green plants, flowing water? Our leaders have discussed whether we should send colonists there.
With permission. I'm not going to say no, but with permission.
If the Angara say yes, I don't see why not.
I wonder who gets to make that call. The Angara don't have much of a government
The
left.
Moshai, probably.
Okay, that's... Look, camera off. I need to say something. I feel like you want to get closer to me than an interview.
I think I might. What about you?
I want... this isn't right. It's not ethical to date an interview subject. But once the documentary's done, we could get to know each other better.
What if there's someone else?
I could be spoken for by then.
I wouldn't interfere with your life. What happens with me stays with me. But if you want to share your heart, I'd like that. Once the documentary's finished.
I can wait.
Then I'll be patient. It'll be something to look forward to.
Thank you. Just a couple more interviews and let's see what happens. Colonist registration is up since last episode, as is morale. Tan sent this for you. Inspiring, huh?
So now that's on hold again. Quest. Oh, dang it. This guy's gonna send me back to Vold.
And we're happy to help your guards secure their weapons.
I prefer them armed for now. You understand, of course.
Oh, Pathfinder, this is the head of the Angaran delegation.
The one who saved the Moshai. She speaks highly of you. Call me Issa de Navarre.
Historic day.
Welcome, Ambassador. The Angara's first formal visit will be one for the history books.
I wonder what they'll say.
I was just explaining to the ambassador
They have gorgeous
that our
eyes.
guards aren't necessary here.
Is something wrong, Ambassador?
Please walk with me, Pathfinder.
I see like a hollow of myself down there. It's like, ugh.
So much life. All different, all united. The way it could have been. 75 years ago, we were scattered, struggling to rebuild after the Scourge. Then, the Ket arrived.
I wonder if the Ket made the
Alien
Scourge.
life. It was monumental. But then they deceived and enslaved us. So, I hope you understand my precautions.
I'm not going to say that. It's like, yeah, I
Your
understand.
people have endured much, Ambassador. I'd be cautious too.
Yet all this, your initiative, is proof there's a better way. I want to believe in this alliance, Pathfinder. The Moshai says you're trustworthy. Please, help me trust in you.
Verify us.
We don't expect you to enter this alliance blindly, Ambassador. Everything we say, you can check.
You'd be that open with us?
We have nothing to hide.
They'll surrender their weapons to your militia, if that's satisfactory.
Thank you. We won't disappoint you, Ambassador.
Pavoa set Jav Teravon, Pathfinder. Welcome to Andromeda.
He's a nice person. Ambassador. Yeah, it's this guy.
Interesting place, isn't it? full of smiles and handshakes. Not many soldiers. Even though when politicians make peace, it's we soldiers who keep it.
We'd probably spook them.
Politicians get nervous when you hold anything more explosive than a rotten egg.
You've seen this too. The military life.
They know what an egg is?
But names. I know you, Pathfinder. I am Andromeda, a Heskal with the Resistance.
A Heskal?
Hey, the new handshake that we're going to be doing.
Special forces. We defended colonies, passing our training down via oral history. Few remember us today. I came to learn what the Milky Way knows of such things. I heard your father was part of a similar program, an N7.
Why would I ask him to tell me about the N7? He knows more about it than he does. For a while.
He was. Although things soured when he began AI research. Didn't stop him teaching me and my sister a few tricks.
So, you carry a little of that knowledge with you, as well as your Pathfinder skills. N7 training would benefit my people. Heskal training would benefit yours. Perhaps a few war games. Show me how your skills handle the tests of a Heskal recruit. Challenge yourself and teach me.
Sure.
A chance to work with the Angaran best of the best? Absolutely.
Excellent. I'll activate our training beacons. Finding them can be your first test. After that, I look forward to learning.
So we just need to find beacons?
The Nexus is a place of friendship and cooperation.
Wait.
Handle one thing at a time. It's all you
Did I finish it?
Why? That's why you came here in the
Because all the tests that it gave me, it said I'd completed already.
My team and I surveyed Eos thoroughly, and even stopped the storms. The rest is up to the outpost, but the old threats are gone.
We've already heard that before, but okay.
Those look horrifying. Dutch will love them.
And?
Wow, where did you find those? Never mind, don't answer that. I think they're straight from the Milky Way.
They are. Is that it? I guess so. All right. So let's see. I'm just going to take a real quick peek to see if there's any quests in the other areas, because you never know. None there, none there, none there. Okay. So operations is clear. Habitation, cryo, docking. Let's try habitation. I just want to make sure we get everything done on Nexus. That way we don't have to come back. No. And no. I know there's a lot of places here that we haven't discovered yet, but that's because they're actually locked off. You can't. And I can try. See, this is locked off. And I think... yeah, this is the bridge of the Hyperion, so we can't go here. Eep.
Oh, I can't wait to go to Aya. Pathfinder, I hear the Angaran planet Aya is a paradise. We finally found a lush world. When do we start moving in?
It's complicated.
These things take time. There's not much room on Aya, and we're still proving ourselves to them. But we need to find lush planets of our own. For all of us.
True. But hey, at least now we know one exists, right? I know you'll do it. Keep up the good work, Pathfinder.
Aw, thank you. So, yeah. This is the captain, and we can't go through here. So that's why I cannot see what is beyond this point or beyond this point. And I don't even know what that is all about. So.
That's okay, Drac. I'll just hang out here.
Hi,
Thanks,
PB.
though.
Guess you're busy, huh?
Nah, just caught up in my own thoughts. Got a lot of them. But I'll see you on the Tempest, huh?
Sure thing, kid.
What's up?
Hey, Ryder. Taking a stroll?
Something like that?
I just wandered over from the Nexus myself. That place bores me.
It's changing.
It's not the same. There's hope now.
Hope is good. I spent over a year stuck there. Well, when I wasn't exploring Eos. And I know things are getting better. More lively. But there are too many bad associations. I probably won't hang out there much.
Where's there? Here? Or the Nexus? Because technically we're not on the Nexus right now. Cryo Bay was the last one we had to go to.
Convicted murderer Nilken Rensis, pardoned after an investigation by the human Pathfinder proved his innocence. This is HNS.
Alright, let's see if there's any quests here. Doesn't look it. And again,
I have a friend who came across on the Solarian.
yeah, can't go that way.
How do I find him?
So there's really nothing over here either. So, nope, no quests. Docking Bay, where are you?
Nexus exiles find a home as former security.
At least these are a lot faster than the elevators from the Mass Effect series.
Played a role in the uprising that killed dozens. Initiative authorities tracked the exiles, including Kelly, to Kadara, a desert planet in the Gavorkum system. Initiative director Jiren Tan did not mince words when news of the exile port was made public.
You're the Pathfinder. Thank you so much for returning the Moshai to us.
It was the right thing to do.
I'm glad I could help. Seems your people really cherish her.
She is dear to us. By the way, you should know. The head of our delegation is at your cultural center.
Yep, we spoke.
He'd be honored to speak with you.
We already spoke. Now, what I'm wondering is this guy... He's not here. Hi, Jal. Yeah. Hey, Vetra. Let's see. Ignatius?
Pathfinder.
Yeah?
Hi. Gil Brody is your engineer, right?
That's right.
I'm Bailey. I used to work with him in the hangars here. You wouldn't happen to know if he's available, would you?
For what?
Depends on what you mean. His duties keep him pretty busy.
No, I mean like a... Oh, never mind. Just, tell him I said hi, huh?
Oh, Gil, you left a boyfriend on the Nexus. Well, at least a boy toy. Now, where do... I need to look at that quest that I'm supposed to do for the Angarn we met for the N7 issue. And see what else there was to do. Earn your badge. Battle the remnant. Battle ancient ferocious creatures. And retrieve sensitive data. Okay. That sounds like something I could do. Why is that not closed out? That's on hold. Okay, where is that taking us?
All systems green.
The firefighters is on hold as well. Battle the remnant. Back to Vold. Oh, man. Is this the last thing I have to do on Vold? You're lucky you're important.
Beginning approach.
Vold orbit is steady.
Yep, let's land and earn our badge. We'll do it real quick. Since I had to take a phone call real quick, so I'll give you guys a little bit more time. Least I could do. I'm assuming it's going to tell us exactly where we need to go where. Yes, it does. Well, 2 of them are right here, so let's go here, I suppose. Okay. Down.
Got an empty heat sink, Harper?
What for?
Oh.
Plugging a hole in my armor. Wind's whistling through my nethers.
Here, and I don't ever want it back.
Was that it? Okay, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? Speed bump.
Enemies!
Oh, come on. I should have been able to run him over. Fuck it. Damn, Cora. Oh, I'm guessing that's
There's
it.
Ket in there. Let's clean it up.
No, it's not telling me to.
Coming through!
Giving shield assist.
Did I see something sparkly? Okay, it says it should be like right around here somewhere. But where? Oh, there it is.
Ah, you found your first beacon. Ready for a taste of Heskar training?
Of course.
Give me your best shot.
This one's straightforward, a test of combat efficiency. The beacon will agitate the remnant. Take them down quick. Maybe...
Remember, take them down as fast as you can! I don't think we're done here.
It's always nice when they come one at a time.
Stay alert. There'll be more.
That's one of those big guys.
Reinforcements.
More hostiles! More hostiles!
We did it! That beats Indraknor's count.
Go team.
Wait, no, that was only 4 or 5.
Excellent. We learned early on to make every
Sorry,
shot
14 of 15. Any loot? No? Okay. Alright, so back to this one. Ah, and we've been here before.
Entrance to Ket Command Center, straight ahead.
Oh, it's up there. Okay. Next one?
Ryder, back for another Heskar challenge. I have a test of subtlety. Get into a Ket base and download a full copy of its files.
Okay, well, I'm here.
Hostile shuttle incoming.
Oh. I have to stay in the circle. So yeah, I keep hearing more.
Ket, stay sharp!
Enemies!
Where? I mean, I hear them, but...
That's teamwork.
I'm gonna have to heat up here soon. So could you hurry up with the hack?
We've got targets! Stay alert. There'll be more.
Headshot.
Okay, let's run inside and warm up real quick. Yep, there we go. as well do the outer wings
I'm detecting
first.
below normal temperatures.
Couldn't tell, thanks.
More hostiles!
Oh yeah, they come up here. Oh, where'd he go? And I forgot, I actually have to be in here for it to work.
I'll take you apart. Target's down.
Here we go.
They dropped off a lot of people up there last time.
We've got hostiles.
Yeah, I'll let you guys handle those.
Get ready to fight!
Great shot.
Forget distractions, just push through!
Yeah, we got one more left to do.
The ambient temperature is normal.
I don't think we're done here.
Shield assist.
I saw something else right there. Oh, and over here.
We've got hostiles.
Where? Oh, back over there.
Now you're toast. Nice work.
Shield boost enabled.
Am I getting attacked by something?
This should be it. Sam, get a full download.
Why are you whispering? We're obviously not hiding. Battle ancient ferocious creatures. Drac. Oh, hey, look. Have I ever opened these? Oh man, are there things to open in every single one of these?
Keep alert for Ket. They're not gonna want us in here.
I don't think there's many Ket left to worry about, but that might just be me. I should say in this area.
The temperature is falling, Pathfinder.
Uh-huh. It's a cold planet. Mostly I'm coming up here actually to loot bodies. But I'll take these too. Getting mods for your guns is actually really hard to do.
Keep alert for Ket. They're not gonna want us in here.
That's why I tend to buy them as soon as I can. So, need to go here. Ferocious animals. What, an Arak? That's like the... Well,
Temperatures are within acceptable parameters.
there's a couple of big animals here.
Missed a shot or two back there, huh?
2 words, Harper. Covering and fire. Can get you a picture book if you need one.
Nah, I wouldn't deprive an old man of his bedtime reading.
That was rude. What am I supposed to shoot at? Am I going the right way or no? No, I'm not. Yep, I saw that.
I'd live here, but then I could probably live anywhere.
Wow, lots of bullets.
For another Hescal challenge, there's a gigantic fiend nearby. Let's see if you can hunt it before it hunts you.
I'm reading a temperature decrease. Environment check.
Oh, he's a
Temperatures
skull.
within acceptable parameters.
Oh, and you.
A successful hunt. The Hescal would hunt for food on long missions. Later, from tradition. Good work. That's more than enough proof of your
See,
talents.
now we have to go back to the Nexus.
Let's speak again in person.
I did say there's a lot of back and forths to planets. Vold is one of those exceptions that you can pretty much get it done in 2 takes if you do it correctly.
Vold orbit is steady.
I guess it's good we're not going to Vold, huh? So yeah, if you're, if you time things correctly, then you only have to go to Vold twice. But I think possibly 3 times. Again, it's been a while since I played this game, and there's so many quests, I honestly don't remember what's what. Nope. Oh, I hit the tilde on accident. My bad. And we'll turn this in, and then we'll call it a session. there are two entrances to the landing pad. There's this one, and then there's the one down there. I mean, I guess one's for people, and the other is for cargo. But that doesn't make sense either. It's like, why not use both for both?
My team and I surveyed EOS thoroughly.
Yeah, we've
and
already
even
done
stopped
it.
the storms. The rest is up to the outpost. But the old...
Safely home thanks to you and your skills. I've learned a great deal.
I enjoyed it.
It was fun to really test myself out there.
Spoken like a soldier. Your performance was exemplary, Ryder. I can see clearly why your N7 would be the best of the best. If you tire of being a Pathfinder, I'd be honored to call you a Brother Heskal.
Aww, how sweet. And I think that be it. Yep. I'll save you guys the time of having to go back onto the ship. I'll head over to Kadara, and yeah, we will land there together. Actually, I won't, because sometimes Callow and Sui has some interesting things to say. So maybe I'll clear out some more of the map of Vold again. So anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. God, it's been a while since I've done my outro. So please stay safe, be kind to yourselves and each other, and I'll see you soon. I can't wait to get those giveaways done, so get that going. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.